Thank you for joining another IMS Reality Help tutorial. For the purpose of this video, I'm using an older Chicago database, but as a member, you will have an up-to-date database for the area you required. This video will show you all the functions under the multi-office icon. By merging Google Mapping with Reality, owners and franchisors no longer need to spend weeks or months assembling the facts to weigh the risks of opening a new office. Now you can seize the opportunity quickly. By spending less than 45 minutes, you'll get all the facts and figures you need to make the most informed decision you can. Proposed territory. It's designed to replace the guesswork with hard facts. The huge expense of opening a new office makes failure not an option. Here's what's available. When you click on Proposed Territory, you'll see a map. This will allow you to either draw a circle or an actual lined proposed territory. Once you've determined your area, refresh your map, and the first thing you'll notice is the map will be filled in with how many homes sold in that area. And there they are, 5,222. Now, the next information you might want to know is about the agents in your proposed territory. Clicking on the agent count will then load that information on your proposed territory, and there it is. Agent count, local agents with total sales, and local agents with local sales. The agent count, 3,791, shows you all the agents in your drawn territory that had a transaction in that territory, no matter where the agent was located. Local agents, total sales. This will show you the total number of agents that work for an office in your drawn territory, but who have sales inside or outside of that territory. And finally, local agents, local sales will show you all the numbers of agents that work for an office in that drawn territory and have only had sales in that drawn territory. If you want to know who those agents are, you're going to simply click on that item and a list will generate with all of those agents' names. In this case, 1,443 of them. It's showing you have 29 pages, and you have the capability of printing that or exporting that. Now, let's talk about the office count function. This may take longer to calculate, as sometimes there's more offices than there is agents. In either regard, the snail moving across the screen will show you that it's still loading. Have patience, it will load your office information shortly. It may seem like a long time, but it's really only a minute or two. The program is searching for every office that's located within that territory that you've drawn. It's extracting all the data from the program in order to put it into the same format as you saw for agents. Of course, the larger you make your territory, the longer it'll take to load all of these offices. The program is searching not only for the offices, but all the lists of names so that you can then print that list or export that list once it generates. So again, have some patience. This may take a few moments. And there it is. 1,142 office count. Those are all the offices involved in a transaction in the drawn territory, regardless of where the office is located. The next item, local offices, total sales, shows the total number of offices in that drawn territory. And final, local offices with local sales. This will show you offices in the drawn territory with transactions only in that drawn territory. Again, when you want to know who those offices are, you're going to click on that item, and a list will generate of who those 274 offices are. And there they are. 6 pages, allowing you to print or export. The other great thing about this function is that you can export your proposed territory actually into a criteria into the regular part of the program. This will allow you to then do other functions with your proposed territory, like graphing it out. How many units sold in that proposed territory in each month? Scrolling through, you'll be able to see everything you need to know about your proposed territory in order to make a really informed decision about whether you can open an office in that area. Once you're finished, remember to clear your search, click on your Reality logo, and you're back at the beginning of your program. The next item in the multi-office icon is select a firm to overlap. This will generate a list of firms, and once you choose one, we'll choose Coldwell Banker. It will now generate a list of how many Coldwell Banker offices are in this area. 37. We'd like to accept that. If you look at it and you go, 37, nah, I've changed my mind, I'll try again. It allows you to pick another office or firm. I'm going to click back on Coldwell Banker and this time hit accept. What you'll see now is the Google map, and it will highlight the top 4 offices of that firm. The flags are color-coded for each specific office, and the home sales of that office are color-coded to match the flag. When you click on the flag, you'll see exactly the address of that specific office. Clicking on Select Offices allows you to see the list of the other offices there. We knew there was 37. Now maybe you want to see the next few as well. Let's add them. You'll see that they're now added to the map. Again, Coldwell Banker, there's the address, and you'll see exactly where that office is selling their units. It allows you to see where offices are overlapping their sales and how close they are to each other. Go into Select Offices. If you've seen the ones you like, uncheck, check ones you haven't seen. The program allows you to print your map. And when you're finished, go back to reality, click on your logo, and it will clear your program. The next function, select offices to overlap. Similar to select firms, but this time you're able to check several specific offices in order for you to see exactly where they're located and where they're doing their sales. We're going to click Coldwell Banker on Clark Avenue, Sotheby's on North Avenue, and Berkshire Hathaway on Clybourne, and we'll accept. It will now dot the specific offices you requested on a map, and will show you where they're selling. You can see in this market, those offices are very close and they are all competing for the same homes. Again, clicking on them tells you exactly their address. And when you select offices, you can see exactly which ones you chose. Allows you to print your map. And when you're finished, go back to reality. And again, click on your logo and you're back at the beginning of your program. Office Identifier is an interesting function. This will now dot every single office on the map. We can see that there's 3,889 in this database. At the moment, we're only showing 1,203. If you tighten your map and continue to refresh, it will continue to load those numbers of offices. Now, this allows you to click on them and see exactly who they are, so you can determine if your office is located here, who is around you, who is immediately around your office. You'll be able to see their name, their address, their total number of units, their overall value, and you can street view it. If you see this box pop up, it simply means Google has not been in there to photograph that area. And there we go. We actually have the inside of them. Now, there's an interesting function that you can do with this program. We're going to go back to reality, and we're now going to go to Reports, to combined offices. We're going to narrow down our search because we want to know the offices that are doing under $2 million in value. So less than or equal to $2 million, and finish our search. We can see that there's 2,617 offices doing less than $2 million in volume. Now, click on your office identifier, and you'll see exactly where those offices are. You're able to now click on their function, find their address, see that this guy's only doing 1 unit, value of $3,800. This will show you the offices that might very well welcome a call from you. And usually when you street view it, you'll see they're working out of their home office. You can print your map, and again, when you're finished, click on Reality and go back to the beginning of your program. Keep in mind that the little blue and white icon is a written help file. Also, the little light bulb signifies a real tip. Click, and you'll understand more about that function. We're going to go back to Reality, clear our search, click on your logo, and you're back at the beginning. The final function in multi-office is value ranges by firms. This is an innovative way to determine how you stack up against competitive firms at different levels of the markets determined by price. When you click on Range Setup, it will bring you to this screen. This is where you can allocate percentages of solds that you want to see on your graph. Obviously, it needs to total 100%, and the program will tell you by what figures you enter. We're going to stay with 10, 15, 15, 20, 20, and 20%. Now show us on a graph. What you'll see is, in this graph, Coldwell Banker in blue, 10%, the first 10% we allocated, shows you units that are sold under $50,000. They sold 974 of them. The next 15% of their sales are in the 50,000 to 100,000 range, and they had 2,240 of them, and so on. So this allows you to see how you stack up in the percentage game based on your units of sales. You can do this function over and over by changing your percentages and see how you stack up against the other offices. Again, remember to clear your search, click on your logo, and you're back at the beginning of your program.